Jamie, look at this. Oh. No, Jamie. Do you want to join for a...
Come on, let's do it. Come on. Hello. So,
hello, folks. This is James.
Yes, the white Jamie.
The white Jamie. Yeah. Yeah.
The true James.
The third of the final piece of the
puzzle you're missing to make a great podcast.
To make the three Jameses.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. This is James, who is usually behind the camera.
Feels really weird being in front of the camera.
It does.
Don't like it. I'm scared.
Me neither, actually. Am I going back there?
Yeah, I'll do the podcast.
Yeah, no. So Jamie, is currently in Somalia. No, he hasn't got any internet. He's just moved in to a new place. So, we are
left with me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So
it'll be for the better, I hope. I just don't have the good jokes like
you've got this episode and maybe another to
and
really
maybe another. Yeah.
And then I can make a decision if I kick Jamie.
Is this a trial shift?
Yeah, this is a trial shift.
God, I'm nervous now.
Unpaid, just
of
to
course,
really
yeah. Like I wasn't unpaid behind the camera, but
yeah, well,
I'm paid in front of the camera.
Even more. You actually have to pay for this, actually. Yeah, I'm sending you an invoice at the end.
I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So hello, welcome back, everybody. To Back on Track. Today.
Cue intro.
Sorry. Yeah, cue the intro. I think we've done the intro already.
Oh yeah.
After the
I should know this because I'm the editor.
Yeah. So today, no trains, unfortunately, but we have a lot of other really great things to talk to you about. Yeah. I mean, starting off, how's your week been?
Yeah, it's been alright. Been working a lot at M&S, just on the grind, trying to get money. I've also had job interviews where they failed massively for my actual career choice. I had a informal interview, which I thought was, informal interview, not scary, just having a chat with the interviewer. And it went awful. It was terrible because he had no questions really to give to me. So once you have a question asked, given to you, you do a star method, you got your points in your head. Yeah. He talked to me about how's my day or my hobbies. I talked more about my hobbies in baking than in filmmaking and photography. Half an hour's up. Oh, next person. Sitting there I don't even say anything about my experience. And
does he know that I'm applying for this job?
And does he know I'm a filmmaker? Possibly not, but he knows I like baking and racket sport. So
nice.
Yeah, hopefully I get the job from that,
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm probably going to ask you more about your filmmaking today.
Get that star method out. Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, I mean, I've been around. I went to the football the other week, and again with Brentford. This is the fourth time I've been able to see them this season, which I'm flipping lucky. Because it's I mean,
expensive nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. My mates had spare tickets. So I was able to go, but also Carabao Cup, £10 tickets. Yeah, can't beat it.
It's like Chelsea in a Conference League. Yeah. There's always positives to negatives, really, isn't it? Yeah, £10 tickets rather than the Champions League.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think how much are the Conference League? I mean,
20 quid.
Really?
Yeah, 20 quid.
Oh, because we looked about going to a friendly, and it was £80. Remember this? Chelsea versus Inter Milan.
Oh yeah. Too much money
for a friendly.
Yeah. They're just training. Yeah. It's like a kickabout for them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought what would have been fun is if they, because they have 8 goalies. I think what would have been fun is if they had a goalie every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on.
So who's better finally.
Yeah. Go all out attack. So the goalkeeper really has to. He's only fending for himself.
Or we just have the goalkeepers on field attacking, just playing. Because we have so many. We even have a full squad work. I don't know. Have Cole Palmer in goal. See how that works.
I remember
Probably will save more
my
shots
dad
than
was
our
talking to
goalkeepers.
me about a football tactic. He was like, they used to play, and he was like, why don't they play it like this anymore? Right, 2, 3, 5.
5 up attack.
Yeah,
Not the other way round.
No, no, 2. I'm getting my maths wrong now.
2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2 centre backs.
Yeah.
3 in midfield and 5 in attack.
You know what? That's exciting football, I think.
Yeah.
5 up attack.
Yeah.
If you lose the ball, well,
no, he explained it to me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he was like, yeah, and the 2 centre backs who's defending. I'm like, that's like.
No one plays like that anymore. I've never known of that.
Play 5 at the back, but.
Yeah, 5 at the back. Yeah.
We are going to talk about football, but I have an oath that please take everything we say with a pinch of salt, because
we're not experts.
No, I do not believe people, unless they have a whiteboard and explain everything, like The Athletic.
Yeah.
Should have a football podcast, unless you have experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just back on track. This is a podcast about railways, not trains.
No,
so.
But Jamie doesn't really know football, so this is my first time to actually talk about it. But I went to the Wolves game, which was really great. It was 5-3
to Brentford.
Yeah, really very good atmosphere. But I couldn't get a bus there, so I had to take a Lime bike.
Okay.
Have you ever taken one of these bikes?
I've taken them many times. Yeah.
Really?
Well, there's Lime bikes down my road, just parked outside my house, and it's a nightmare because they're chucked around everywhere. So I can hardly walk around to get to my house without tripping over.
When I was there, though, there was a rule that you couldn't. You have to there's designated places.
Yeah, but half the people hotwire the Lime bikes so they can chuck it wherever they want. I found a Santander bike in Hounslow, and it's like Santander bikes don't even go to Hounslow.
I know, which is a real shame because, I was going to get to it because 20-minute cycle, £8.
So expensive. Just take the bus or walk.
Well, I was going to get the bus, but I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 2:10, kick off at 3. And I was like, I'm gonna have to get the bike. So I cycled over, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, it's either that or I miss the kickoff.
Which you don't really want,
especially Brentford right now.
Yeah,
4 kickoffs.
Yeah, get a goal in the first minute or first minute and
this one
20 seconds.
Minute and a half, so a little bit later, but yeah. It was just ridiculously expensive. I mean, it really sort of took me by surprise though. They've got a bit of welly on them. I think to catch up with 20 miles an hour, they've all got motors in them, but they're so
speedy.
expensive. And I just don't really understand the appeal if the bus is cheaper. The whole point is I'm getting a bike, I'm doing the work. So this idea that
you have to pay more.
I have to pay more.
Yeah.
It's just a bit what?
Strange, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Santander ones, because they're TFL, those are affordable, but there's not, unless you're in central London, it's difficult to find a parking spot.
Exactly, yeah.
But I mean, you've seen the forest bikes as well?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, there's forest bikes, Lime bikes, there's every kind of bike around in London, but I'm not taking a forest bike because I can never find a forest bike anywhere.
They're a lot more further into
I don't think they're trusted in Hounslow. They'll get hot wired and no one will pay for them.
He's just gone
not worth the money.
No. But I did use one the other day. So they go, you get 10 minutes free. It's great. It's not 10 minutes free because it's at least £1.90 because you're paying for the
unlocking charge.
Yeah. Which is
unlock charge. What's the point?
Well, it's not free 10 minutes, is it?
I don't really get that. Yeah,
so it ended up being for 15 minutes. It was £3. And and I was like, oh, maybe I'll use forest bikes. And then I started hearing these horror stories.
Okay.
Girl on TikTok is having to, she's getting putting legal action to forest bikes because the brakes malfunctioned and just stopped, and so she
flying off the bike.
Yeah, and apparently I saw in comments, apparently loads of other people have had that.
Okay. Wow. Well, I won't use my first 30 minutes free on the
I'm
forest
not,
bikes.
I'm not anymore.
I'm a walk now. Yeah.
There's a risk of it, you know.
Of death.
Yeah, exactly.
30 minutes is not worth it.
I'm like,
yeah, 30 minutes to get to my destination or not get to my destination
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, not going to touch those anymore. But I don't know. I just don't understand the appeal. Yeah, if you're going to be spending more, then you would be.
I think the only good thing is if you have a plan to ride the line bikes like in a day, it's worth it because you can get like day passes and like week passes, which are better value. But if you're just cycling from one part of London to another in 20 minutes, realistically, you'd rather walk, wouldn't you, really? Or get a bus, or maybe a taxi's cheaper than £8. So, yeah.
But no, I went and saw that, and then went to. It's been a while since we've filmed, so I'm sort of trying to catch all my stuff up. But I went and saw my friend Kira play guitar for this girl in Camden.
Guitar,
it's a guitar.
This is not the music section. I have no idea what Jamie will be talking to you about a guitar.
It's a keyboard that you strap over your
guitar.
And so you play it like a guitar. And I remember when she bought it.
Has it got strings as well for a guitar?
No. It's got a pitch bender on the like where you put your fingers.
Okay, yeah.
And then you play chords with your right hand. And but I remember when she bought it, and I was like, I don't think this is going to get much use, to be honest. Like, I don't know how many gigs you're going to get with a guitar, but
a lot.
I mean, hey, she's gigging, you know. And I think it's also a lot easier because the keyboard, you've got to bring the stand as well, and keyboards are pretty heavy. I mean, the stand is already like twice the weight.
Yeah.
And then you've got to like at least have like a space to, you know, put it off. Like I remember when Jamie, he's not here, is he? Jamie, when we used to gig together, he'd always get the corner of the stage. So he'd have all the central lighting on, like me and Zachy.
And he's hidden behind the shadows.
Yeah. He literally would always be like in the corner.
Yeah.
Because there was 5 of us, so they were like, "All right, Jamie," and because he needed to be
further back, Jamie, bit more.
Yeah, it needed to
pushed
be
off
like
stage.
a plug lead. So they were like, "All right," but I think he might like that actually, just sort of like, you know, going in the shadows. But yeah, I mean, what else really? Have you been up to much else, or is it really just working and doing job interviews?
Sound like I've got a boring life now. Yeah, just job interviews, working. I went to the golf range.
Oh yeah.
Did different mini games like the driving. You know,
Is this the one in Hounslow?
In Hounslow, yeah. I was awful. It was terrible. Yeah. I thought, you know, I'm a right-handed guy. Let me try left-handed. I was better on my left hand. I hit 200 yards. My right hand, I got 10 yards. So I was like, can I do this more often? So I just playing in my left hand. It was amazing. So I just found out I had a better left hand than a right hand. So
yeah, but you might be. I mean, for me, I'm ambidextrous, where I do some things with my left and I do some things with my right, and my brother is the same.
Well, yeah, right-handed, left-footed. That's what.
You're left-footed.
Left-footed. Yeah.
I'm left-handed, right-footed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That's why we bonded so quickly. For those who don't know us, the first time I met James was at
tell the story.
Yeah, was at a house party, and I am a very big fan of these 2 bands, Cage the Elephant and Jungle. And
guess what?
Yeah, and
I am as well.
Yeah. And I remember we started talking, and I said, "Oh, what sort of music do you listen to, mate?" And you went, "Oh, you know
this band called Cage the Elephant."
Cage the Elephant, and I went, "Oh my god!"
Started panicking. I was like, "You're right, mate."
Sabrina next to me is like,
shaking her head. Yeah.
Here we go. And
and this was the start of the night.
We
were sober, just 1 drink down.
But I was just like, I can't believe it. And then you were like, I like Jungle, and I was like, oh my god.
I found my true soulmate.
And I think it ended up with
everyone went home, pretty much, and there were a few of us left. And Hamish was like, "Have you listened to this one song, White Punks on Dope? Was it the Who? No, it wasn't.
No, it's by, I think it's the Tubes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And he put it on. He was like, give it a second. He was just singing it. It was about a 10-minute song. He's like, it never stops. It's not stopping. And you were singing. I was like, this is amazing. I feel like I'm in a fever dream. I don't know if I was even drunk at that point.
No, yeah. I think I've had a few of those at like nights where I'll be like sitting down explaining a song to somebody who probably doesn't have to hear me, you know. But yeah, and you know, sort of rest is history. And
here we are. Yeah.
We ended up both going to Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Leeds Uni. I went to
the proper uni. Yeah.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah.
And I went to the art school, Leeds Conservatoire. But yeah, we lived together in second year. That was a good house. That was a crazy house.
Yeah, it was a horrible house.
It was horrible. But do you know?
But good vibes, good people. Just it was a student house. It was very much. You cleaned it as much as possible, and it never got clean.
We literally all 7 of us would deep clean this house.
Yeah. And to be fair, we deep cleaned it probably once every 6 months. But even after doing so, it was still dirty.
Yeah, we were like, it's just like a naturally dirty house. Like all the corners would be like, grim.
But the house parties were amazing.
House parties.
Best in Leeds, I've heard.
I've heard that as well. I had a guy who was in first year because he was one of the very few that was lucky enough to get a grant from. So Leeds Uni, when we were joining, oversubscribed their business and law.
All the big ones. Yeah. Politics, I think.
Yeah, because it was the time when, because they always like offer more because they're like, not everybody's going to get in. But because it was all internal marking, we all got a lot better grades than we maybe should have. At least I did. But
same,
yeah. And anyways, so he was asked, will you take a year off? You get paid 10 grand and we'll pay for your accommodation next year.
That's a yes. Everyone, surely. Obviously, you wouldn't say no to that.
Obviously, yeah.
With the price of student finance it is how it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he took a gap year and just,
yeah, no brainer. Why didn't we get told this? Oh, because we're not film and music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undersubscribed, not oversubscribed.
I will say that like even Tom was like, my course is oversubscribed. Like there was, 5 cameras for 100 people.
Yeah. Let's be fair, mine was oversubscribed as well. Yeah.
But the real money, the real money's with the understandably.
Yeah, look at us. Yeah. Unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, and he then said to me, and this isn't me, us tooting our, well, I guess we are, but he went, because, he'd been in first year. First year is when all the sort of house parties are.
Yeah.
And he went, I genuinely was surprised, and this wasn't me like bragging, like he went, I haven't been to a better house party. I went, what? Really? So pretty good, eh? Molly, the house doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a housemate, Manu, who he bought this doll from the charity shop
and kept moving it about into different rooms.
Yeah, we all did. I would move it into Tom's. Yeah. They would move it into mine.
Just appeared anywhere.
Yeah, and then
outside as well.
Eventually, between the second and third floors, it hung on a noose.
Like once in a while, we'd hear someone who come in who didn't live with us scream. Like, what is this doll doing?
I thought it was so funny though, because people would be like, "What the hell is that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Like you just have to be so deadpan.
No, but at the same time, I used to walk up the stairs to go to like have a shower or to a toilet, and I always forget Molly's there, so I just have a double take, like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's Molly. It's just Molly.
Yeah, I remember one girl one of the house parties was like, ugh, and then punched it and knocked it off its noose, and I was like, what have you done? I reckon she opened a demon there. But anyway,
it was haunted. I'm telling you
afterwards, Manu hid it in the basement. So
it's still there to this day. If you live in that house, I'm not going to mention the address.
The old house. I think it's still there unless they've really sort of dig. But I think that's the joy of it though, is if they go digging and then they see this creepy old doll and they're like,
story to be told.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Good times. I miss it. I miss it.
I do too. I think the fact to have 7 people who all want to go out and then also are all pretty clean.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
everybody
Yeah.
cleaned up their stuff.
Mm.
I think there was one housemate who we were like, "Fuck this guy."
Well, no. Yeah. There's a certain sort
Maybe
of
I was the guy.
Yeah. Definitely. Also, look at the production value of this set, by the way. I don't know if you've seen, but we went from online to a grand mansion behind us.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, the money's paying off. I'm back on track.
I know. Yeah. My negative bank account.
Yeah. No, they don't need to know that.
Yeah.
We keep dreaming.
I was in so, you know, sort of, I like to go to, you know, libraries to do work and whatnot because I just find it a
Fair
lot
enough,
more,
yeah.
Yeah.
More focused.
Yeah. It's funny. The other day I was making like trap beats because I'm working
in the library.
Yeah. No. Well, sometimes in the library, but I was making it in Pret, and I was like, "This is the most West London thing."
Yeah, definitely. With a 99p coffee.
Yeah. I got my like drill rappers. You're fun. What you got for me? I've got a really sick beat. I made it the other day in Pret a Manger.
Yeah, with my latte.
Yeah. Had a latte next to me, and I was cooking straight fire.
Oh man.
I think you're really going to dig this. You know, this one's the heat, as they say. But I was in so I had to go to Soho for something, and then I went to, do you know there's the library off Piccadilly Circus? Oh no, Leicester Square, sorry.
No, never.
There's a library just off it, because there's a library called London Library. I went, wicked, in central London.
Okay.
Turns out you need a membership and a day pass.
That's not the British Library, is it? Or the London Library?
It might be. I can't remember.
Because the British Library is like the one next to King's Cross, and it's like the biggest library in the UK.
Oh, no, I think it's London.
Okay.
I don't know if it was public. Well, I
don't know.
Yeah, because guess how much a day pass. So you had to have a membership
to this library.
Because I think it was a lot of like classic archives.
Mm.
Guess how much a day pass is?
£25.
Close, 30.
30.
Yeah, £30.
Just
so
to
I was
sit
like,
down and study.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know what the
free coffee maybe inside the library, or unlimited coffee.
Maybe, but I guess with all those, if they've got antique books, probably not.
Mm.
But it wasn't a public library. Anyway, so they gave me directions to go to another one, and I went to the one by Leicester Square.
Okay.
But
Nice.
yeah, I libraries always bring, because they're just, you know, public houses. They always have some strange folks in there.
Mm.
I don't know if you have any memories of. Did you ever go to Hounslow Library?
No. Oh no, I did. Yeah, because they used to have a play centre in the library for some reason. Anyway, yeah, like I used to go to libraries, and you always had that one like weirdo sitting at the laptop, you know, the computers, you know, in the corner, smelt a bit, you know, a bit rough. But
yeah,
I don't think I had any weird people really. No, nothing really. Yeah.
I mean, everyone in this library was actually alright. There was one guy who he was perfectly fine. It was funny because he dressed really well. But he would sit down with his newspaper, as he do, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But he was like mumbling to himself. But he sounded like Mr. Bean. So he would be there, like reading his newspaper, going. And he was actually like, he was quite well dressed though. So he just looked like a regular guy.
Yeah.
And then every now and then he would just do like a.
Like a cartoon character or something.
Just like coughing up phlegm, and it was like
Donald Duck or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Hounslow Library though.
It's nice.
Right, the architecture's great, and we actually did an open tour because it was open house festival. You know about that?
Yeah, you go to architecturally like cool buildings for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to Hounslow Library and went to do a tour, because obviously most of that building is shut off to the public.
Yeah.
Because of it's all like offices. But yeah, so I got to see like where the mayor.
Yeah, I've been up there as well.
Yeah.
Been to the balcony. Have you been outside?
Yeah, really cool.
The view of Hounslow. It's not a good view, but
I know.
it's cool. I did some filming up there.
Did you?
I did. my mate was running for like a youth parliament, so he did his campaign on a top overlooking Hounslow.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a nicer location with a nicer background, not the treaty centre, he might have won because he didn't win. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had a little tour of that. Really nice building. But the library, because sit there with Sabrina sometimes to do work and stuff during the summer, and it just, I mean, because the problem is that the local council are there as well, and the local council, all it means is, because you got all the guys with the Stab Proof Fest and stuff, and all they're doing the whole time is arguing. Just like literally, like you'll be doing work, it doesn't matter, like whatever.
Yeah.
Bloody.
And because it's open plan, you can hear it all, can't you?
Yeah, but they actually have soundproofing.
Do they?
Yeah, so it could be louder, but obviously it isn't. And I remember once somebody going, like the bouncers or the security guy, right? He's smiling. He's like, stuff a lot, and he's like, don't you stuff a lot on me, mate. He's like another smiling guy. They're having a go at each other.
It's probably one of the only libraries where you walk in, there's a bouncer staring at you, just making sure you're okay, just going in to do some work.
Yeah.
What have you got in your bag? Just a few books.
Yeah. And I remember though once there was a guy who was on an electric mobility scooter. And
Okay.
I think he started begging outside.
Okay.
Right. So he's on his electric mobility scooter.
Yeah.
And he's begging, and he's got a bucket that he's bought from the like pound store.
Okay.
Right? Like a sort of
A change bucket for like money.
Yeah, but like no, like a bucket like you'd go to like the beach with.
Yeah.
He has that, and he's shaking it, and he's smoking a cigarette. Sitting in this mobility scooter with a bucket. And then
it's an interesting picture I've got in my head. He's got a cigar. He's got a bucket.
Yeah. And so he's shaking his bucket. And he's also got a Gucci hat on, a fake Gucci hat.
I was going to say.
But I was also thinking,
fake.
You
never know.
If you wanna be getting money, bearing in mind in a public building, which I was like, that's pretty cheeky.
Yeah.
Do it in the
yeah.
Right outside the library. I think he ended up having some argument with the bouncer at some point.
Had to leave in the end.
Yeah, but I was like, if you're gonna do it, I don't think wearing a Gucci hat is gonna.
It's not gonna help you, is it?
It's not gonna sell the.
No. Just take it off. You might earn a few quid.
Yeah. Because like wearing a hat like that, even if it is fake, it's to come up with the idea that you look. Wealthy.
Exactly.
So yeah, and it was just funny because he was like, "How do these roll ups?" And then he'd swap to his vape, and he'd start vaping. It's like.
This is bad. God, this bad.
Whilst you're trying to look for money, like
Raspberry Ripple.
Yeah,
change that.
I should have gone up to him and go, mate, your game plan's all wrong.
Yeah,
there really is. There's always a lot of characters in there, and like just people. It's really
I don't think I'd be able to do any work in a library, which I look outside and can see someone like that.
Oh, mate,
I love people watching. So. And it's all like glass surrounding, so you can just watch people all day. I'll get no work done.
It's no that, work. But there's also, there's other people like who will just like start playing games on their phone full volume, or like start chatting on the phone full volume.
Yeah, that's what grinds my gears.
Yeah, that's what you're. Yeah. Well,
volume.
So it's just unfortunately it's just a lot of Hounslow clientele is.
Weird people, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange folks. But yeah, that's really been my thing. Have you started watching The Penguin at all? The new
no.
The Batman.
No, I've not. No, actually, I've been still watching The Boys, and that's what I'm staying on.
So good.
It's just so good. 2 episodes left, and I finished it, and I don't know what to do with life after that. So I might have to maybe start Penguin.
Apparently it's just Sopranos. Like they're just like.
Okay, yeah.
it's so much
gangs
just like
and
what The Sopranos
mafia.
is.
Yeah.
Except he's now got a limp and likes purple.
Interesting. Yeah. I'll give it a watch.
Did you? I mean, yeah, we watched the Batman. Did you enjoy the Robert Pattinson Batman?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because the cinematography as a film student was amazing. You know, when he was walking through like the flooded, what was it? What was it? An old abandoned building. The flare.
Yeah. Wicked.
One of the best shots I've ever seen. So good. Yeah.
Because
it was more of an emotional Batman, which I liked. More of a personal touch, more of a narrative towards the character rather than just
he's
fighting.
He's like unexperienced.
Yeah, exactly. More of a personal motive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching the Dark Knight trilogy with Sabrina.
So good, isn't it?
I've been trying to get her to watch because we watched the first one, and the whole time I was watching, I was like, I can't wait till you get to watch the Dark Knight.
That's the best one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
And then I was like, and then after that, we can watch the Robert Pattinson one. But apparently the next one's going to be set during winter, so he's going to be
I've heard,
during the snow and stuff. But yeah, I started watching The Penguin. Colin Farrell is just, he's a brilliant actor. And yeah, it's I sort of like how it's like the comics, like the old graphic, like dark ones, like because I used to read the old Batman magazines as a kid, but like the ones where like Joker cut off his face and stuff. And there's
gruesome.
Yeah. So it's nice. They've sort of found an in between where they can get like it'll be like a 12 or a 15, so they'll still get. I mean, that's why The Boys is doing so well, is because it's filling that gap that everybody's wanted after Marvel.
A good storyline, but also you can still beat up. They still attack.
Still like, let's do the most gruesome thing you've ever seen.
Very gruesome.
Season 5, I think, is the most gruesome though.
Season 5?
No, 4.
I was gonna say. I'm like, God, yes.
Oh my God,
another season.
I think they have one more season.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. But season 4. Bloodied. It's awful.
But it's just funny because it's just guy like them being like, what's the most disturbing thing?
Yeah.
Way we can make somebody die.
And it's like all normal until suddenly it snaps and then blood everywhere.
But I don't even think it's like it's not like gore porn where it's like Saw, where it's like to make it really horrible. Whereas this one's like exploding out of his penis. It's like ridiculous.
It is crazy how they thought about that. I don't know, but wasn't that the first season? Second season, start of it. Yeah. Everywhere. So we're spoiling it for you, anyone who hasn't watched The Boys.
Sorry, that's second.
We should put a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Sorry, I just keep waffling on, but we do have topics coming up.
We do,
we're trying to find some other stuff to chat. But I think
we're doing well, I think.
New Tyler, the creator, is actually. Did you see that?
I saw. Next 27th October, I think, next week.
Is
releasing an album? I think so. Yeah, so give that a listen. Hopefully he brings out a single soon.
Yeah,
so
I
gives a little taste of what he's doing.
I'm going to be honest. Because I was a big fan of him growing up.
I love him.
10 years ago, like most people, where it was like wicked. I was like, what was that? I was 11, 12.
Yeah.
Skating. I think Wolf, Goblin. I listened
Goblin,
to. I mean, I'll be honest, Goblin was pretty crap, but Wolf is good. And Cherry Bomb, I think, never gets the respect that it should.
I don't really listen to Cherry Bomb.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it always gets like the worst reviews.
What's that? Wait, show me. It's Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb? So songs like Death Camp, Pilot.
A Pilot, yeah.
Brown Stains of Darkness, the Schoolboy Q song, Smuckers with Lil Wayne and Kanye.
The thing is with me, I'm not an album listener, as you know. My favorite songs from the creator, and I go repeat. Yeah. I don't explore. I should do. I do it sometimes, but
listen to.
I'm a safe guy. If I like my songs, I'm listening to very certain songs.
I listen to albums though. People,
I do when they come out, but then I never listen to it again. So
I mean, now you got a record player, you're gonna have to.
Well, exactly. Yeah. That's why I got it really. Just so I know more music.
And I mean, my opinion, Flower Boy is when he peaked.
Mm.
I think Igor would call me if you get lost. Aren't very good.
Not very good.
No.
But you're wrong.
I know I am.
You're wrong.
Igor.
Look at the millions of listeners.
This is my point.
Flower Boy's so good.
This is my
Probably
point.
the best album.
Flower Boy. Yeah, I'm saying that's where he peaked.
Okay. I thought you said
I think
that.
it's the best album.
Yeah, it's the best
It's
album.
the best of
Yeah.
little bit of singing, still some rapping, and then he sort of transitioned because his other albums, he's not a very good singer, right?
Mm.
He sings flat. He generally does,
Yeah,
but like
more of a rapper, really is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he would every now and then put a little bit where he's singing, and it's like okay, that's you know, it's cute. I get. I'm like it's just like a little bit where it's like all right, well there's him singing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Igor, he sings so much of it, and he's not a singer. So it's. I'm like, what?
So what you're saying is this new album, you want it to be more rapping or more? You don't mind singing?
I mean that's what Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
If it's like a lot more of him, like back sort of old hip hop. But I think like songs like See You Again is. It's just like the arrangement is really good.
Yeah. So good.
But Igor, I've tried to listen to it so many times. I like the intro, and after that, I'm just like,
all right, yeah.
Just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, and I don't know. There's a lot of. I mean, that sort of happens. They evolve, and it's always that problem where they go. I mean, everybody else is liking it, so you know, it doesn't really matter. But there's always that sort of spiral where it's like same with happens like Artic Monkeys.
Yeah, completely changed, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, the one I always think is like, for example, Drake released that sort of H&M music album.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Right. So he released that Certified Lover Boy or whatever. Yeah. And then everyone went, oh, it's just more of the same. He's just doing more of the same. And then he went, all right, well, make something completely different.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
Everyone hated it.
Go back to doing your other thing. It's like, well, you can't really win.
Yeah.
So, you know, I get those being like he's doing stuff, but I mean,
you always have those divided fans, don't you? Really, like stick with the original or something like Artic Monkeys. So many people were like, yeah, no, like I love you 505, you know, everything like that. Fluorescent Adolescent, but his new album, no, too slow, not as energetic. But some people go, it's good, it's new, it's fresh. Yeah, you always get divisions, don't you?
I had a lecturer who was like, I think this is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Artic Monkeys.
Yeah, the car, that one.
The car, yeah. Well, I listened to it live, and I thought it was amazing. But what he's doing with his old songs and singing it like the car is not what I like because it's so slow. And everyone was singing his great tunes like to the pace it's meant to be going, and he's like, slow down.
Really?
Yeah, it goes. It's like
that's just a bit pretentious.
Yeah, and we have to all slow down because he's singing like two steps behind us. So I don't get, but I like the car. I like There Better Be a Miracle. I think it's up there with one of my favourites.
Frank Turner, is that the singer's name?
Alex Turner.
Whenever I see
bit of Frank Sinatra and Alex Turner.
No, Frank Turner I think is different singer, but whenever I see him on stage, it's just like he's from Sheffield, but he's like trying to be like Northern Elvis.
Well, I saw him in Sheffield. I was like,
hey, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we've won another album. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I went to see him in Sheffield, and I was like, it's going to be his roots. You know, he's going to be back to his how he was. Like, he lived literally down the road. Yeah. Nope. Same new style he's living in. Yeah. American lifestyle, LA. Not in touch with us British fans.
Do you know that song, I Want to Be a Vacuum Cleaner?
Yeah. Oh, mate, don't quiz me on that. It'll come to me. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Do you know that's the John Cooper Clarke poem?
Don't know who that is.
Oh. John
No
Cooper
idea.
Clarke, he's a famous British poet, but he does a lot of like very sort of like working class poetry. And that's one of his poems.
Is it?
Yeah. All the lyrics are him. Yeah.
Is he fine with that?
Yeah, he said he loves it.
Has he?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure he gets pretty good money from it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like 1 billion streams, so he gets, you know.
Yeah.
He's getting
a bit
paid.
of commission from it, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit shit if he didn't, you know. He just stole it from him.
Somebody my mum knows lived in a squat with him, like
back
in the day. Apparently they used to have to like climb in through the window by the fridge to get into the house.
Why?
What? They didn't have a key to the door.
Oh, squatters. Yeah. Bloody
I mean,
hell.
back in like 70s.
Yeah.
Like, I think in West London as well, because there weren't any houses.
Hmm.
Well, there were houses, but not being open.
Yeah.
So there was like squatting was a big thing of like people our age, but I mean we might have to do it now as well.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I'm not moving. I'm not leaving from this beautiful place. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've got we do have a good episode for you guys.
Yeah, so welcome to Back on Track.
Welcome back to Back on Track. Now,
Cue intro.
we've got the weird news. No trains today, unfortunately. We've got the weird news. We're going to look at Halloween movies, and we're also going to have a look at the film Lake Mungo. We thought instead of alternative genre of the week, we'll do alternative film of the week.
Yeah.
And this was James's choice. I said gotta get niche. You gave me a
So I wrote top 10 niche films that are scary. That came up. So and also I only got Amazon Prime. Don't use Netflix. And I was like, I need to find something on Amazon Prime because I'm not paying.
Was it on Prime?
It was on Prime. Yeah. Because I'm not paying for Netflix. It's bad. Amazon Prime's way better, I think.
Well, it's just because they keep trying to crack down on people.
Exactly.
Which I
Exactly.
think is just going to end up being more negative for them.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else is there? England.
Yeah. The new
we'll
manager.
Keep this very brief, but I just think because James, you're a Chelsea man.
Yeah, I think. Are we talking about it now? Yeah, we're going straight into it. All right. I think he is a good appointment, and I understand he's German and he's not an English manager, and I can see where that lies with, we want to promote our English managers, and with people like Eddie Howe, great choice. Graham Potter, maybe. He's really good. Frank Lampard or someone like that. But we've got someone he's got German, but he's won trophies. And I think that's all that matters. He's won, he was the best coach 2021. He won us the Champions League. He's won the Bundesliga. He's won League One. Yeah. He's won a lot of titles, and I don't think many of the previous England managers have won titles. So he knows what winning is. So we need someone to win, because we've had Gareth Southgate, who was really good for us, but couldn't push it that one step further. Yeah. And I think Tuchel knows how to push it that one step further. The only problem, if it was the finals, Germany versus England, and the chant we have,
I think that's going to happen.
That will definitely happen. Yeah, of course. Who is he supporting? Yes, you're going to try and support England, but deep down, you're going to support Germany. You've lived there. You've coached there like your whole life.
He's German.
He's German. Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, I when it first happened, I was thinking, okay, but there's also the thing of like, I think it's nice that you've got someone from the nationality managing the team.
Yeah.
Because it's the same with the players, what I mean? It's a national team, it has to be run. But then, the more I've thought about it, the more I've read up on it, I've sort of realised, actually, do you know what, this is a pretty good appointment. And I know some people don't think he's a good manager, but I think the only problem I have is he's fallen out with, and bearing in mind, to be fair, like Chelsea.
That's the problem, yeah.
Bad, with the new American appointment. But he fell out with the chair, with the board. But it was usually because he wanted to sign a certain player or, something like that.
Yeah.
But, which he won't have anymore. But I just feel like the FA, I feel like they're going to be very precise with what they want.
Do you think? I think he'll have more freedom than he did with like Premier League or the clubs he was managing, because you don't have to like sign players. You can choose players. So I think that's good. But I also think England really need a community manager, like someone who can like rally the team up. And I think Gareth Southgate did that. And Tuchel can lead two divisions like he did with Bayern Munich. So that's the problem I'm thinking about. But I think he'll be fine. I don't think there'll be that negativity within the board for him. Might be, but I hope there isn't.
Well, he's a very big fan of Pep Guardiola, and so he plays a very similar style to Pep Guardiola. I feel like he plays a lot more direct though, but
he does, yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's so deluded, the idea of Pep Guardiola managing England. I don't understand why that idea is.
Yeah, well, dreams. You know, people were like, oh, Pep, imagine, amazing.
No, I know,
1 year left on
when
his
it first
contract.
happened and everyone went, "That's stupid." And then literally, like, gradually, I heard more and more people being like, "Well, I think Pep's got a good job." I'm like,
people are still saying it, like, Tuchel, no, but Pep, yes. Even though he's still, like, from Spain, he's not English, but he's the only guy who's allowed, you know?
yeah, well,
Doesn't make sense. But I think either Pep or Tuchel would be in a good choice. So Pep would have been better, of course, but
yeah. I mean, Eddie Howe, I think, would probably been the best.
the perfect. But he wasn't even spoken to by the FA. Have you heard
No,
about
but
that? So
he wasn't, but also I don't think he would have left
Newcastle. Yeah,
No.
no.
I read in, I saw in an interview, he was saying, he's pretty happy where he
Mm,
is.
mm.
And he's always sort of been quite a long-term project thing, with his work
Yeah.
at Bournemouth and stuff. So,
Well, at least Lee Carsley can get back to his under-21s now.
Yeah.
He can run away. Yeah, doesn't like them. Yeah,
but,
the first team.
no, I didn't really take these games. He
No.
knew he was interim.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't play a number 9
Yeah.
because he's experimenting with a team, which I thought was okay. Get your best
Yeah.
players on if you don't have Kane, but just didn't go well for him.
But, yeah, we'll leave it there because I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
not-
wanna end up
yeah.
some shite that shouldn't be on a podcast.
Yeah, because we're not experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
we try and play Football Manager, and
Yeah.
I've only played it for the first 2 hours and gave up, so it was not good. Yeah,
Do you know, it's always funny. You can always tell when someone's been playing Football Manager.
yeah,
They're just a different person to talk to in the pub. Like my mates, the ones who do play Football Manager, instead of being like, I hope we do well and hope we, just
Yeah.
play some nice directing football, who go, no,
Yeah. He gets the whiteboard out,
say, listen, the reason he's not going to work is because of this, because of this.
Yeah.
The way Pep works is he has
Yeah.
he has a false nine that
Yeah.
supplies to
The
two
glasses
wingers.
get shifted around on the table.
Yeah. So I don't know, I started playing it and it is very it's great.
Yeah.
I haven't really got into it because I got actually into Elden Ring.
Okay,
You know that game?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the Soul games, which my brother bought me ages ago, and I sort of didn't play it.
Take a lot of commitment into Elden Ring, isn't it? Yeah.
That was the thing, because I was like, I was sort of intimidated by it. So I was like holding it off because I was like, if you play it, you really got to play it.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking, I was like, how many fucking hours have I spent on FIFA?
Yeah.
I've been like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, but you still play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was saying I can still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started playing it. It's great. I mean, it's. I enjoy fantasy stuff, but it's not like my main. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, favorite game I've ever played. Best
Yeah.
game I've ever played.
Yeah.
You ever play it?
No, I didn't play it. Well, I think I played it like with my mate a few times, but I've never had it myself.
Yeah.
But I've played it maybe maximum like a few hours. But what I've played of it, it's amazing. Like the graphics are so good.
Yeah. Really good. And Elden Ring graphics are amazing as well. My monster doesn't really do it justice, but yeah. And it's just the art design, because it's like Japanese artists doing European and mostly British medieval, like inspired by that, but then also having Japanese art in it, and so you get these really creative characters and like enemies.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, so really good fun. But yeah. Anyways, guys, we're gonna head over to the news. So the World Conker Championships. Are you familiar with this, James?
Not so much. No.
Well, there's investigations of foul play. Because so the World Conker Championships is investigating claims of cheating after the men's champion David Jenkins, 82, was
82.
He was found with a steel conker in his pocket.
What was he doing? Steel conker.
Yeah. So
That's why he's world champion.
Jenkins, after competing since 1977, right?
Okay.
He's claimed his first ever win on Sunday.
Okay.
So last week.
Mm.
Earning the nickname King Conker after defeating opponents with
Conker.
one-hit victories.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So his final opponent Alistair Johnson Ferguson, raised concerns when his Conker disintegrated after one hit. Right. And then, so, he's winning all of these one hit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. What's going on?
He's mental. He's mental.
Yeah.
And then they found a steel Conker painted brown in his pocket, and he's denied using it during the event, claiming it was for, quote, humour.
Humour purposes.
Right.
So
Organisers believe the win was fair.
Okay.
An investigation is ongoing. Because he lost the overall final to the women's champion, Kelchi Banchbach.
Nice work.
Wait, no, mate, look at that name.
I'll do it. Where is it? Sorry.
Banchbach.
I'll say it. Kelsey Banchbach. No,
Mate,
that's yeah, that was bad on me.
Good name though. Nice
very
name,
good,
but,
yeah.
I'm sure it was bad in the register during school. I don't know. Do you think he's innocent?
No. He's not innocent. Of course he's not.
I think it's all...
These Conkers dissolve when he's got a random Conker in his pocket for humour. For humour. Who's going to laugh at him with a still Conker? He's going to spin it around to the end. These kids are going to laugh.
Do you reckon every now and then he just sort of looks at it in the pocket and goes...
Yeah. I could be using this, but I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, this is what this guy looks like.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen for you.
So he's got that green hat.
It looks like an elf, not an elf.
Looks like a retired leprechaun.
That's it. Sorry, a leprechaun. Yeah.
There he is doing his thing. I mean,
that's a still Conker if I've ever seen one. Yeah, he's guilty.
I mean, listen, right? Been doing it since 1977.
He probably thought, you know what? I've had enough of losing. I'm on my way to retirement. I need some money. Let me win. Fair play to him. Well, I'll do the same. If I've done over 20 years of just failure.
Right, 20 years. Right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's knocking out after one hit. What's this about?
It's the experience of 20 years.
Yeah, I think it's more than that.
Oh, definitely more than that. Yeah, over 20 years. Yeah, 40, not 20 years. God. Double it. Yeah, definitely.
It's over 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not 20 years.
Yeah. 40. It's like it's like 47 or something. Bloody hell, man! He's been doing it for ages, man.
Since he was a kid.
Every year loses.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and then he's got a steel Conker for banter. What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, mate,
you couldn't get more obvious than that, could you?
No,
really?
if I was a competing, I'd be.
Fuming, yeah.
Mate.
Yeah. It's like drug test. Like get it out. Come on, like.
Yeah. I remember once that reminds me of a time when it was the Scouts county competition.
Championships.
Yeah. And there was a game with like these wooden cars. So you'd have one guy like steering it. And then you'd have the other guy pushing it. And it would go in a circle, right?
Okay.
And I think I remember. So you'd have two cars, two from different groups.
Yeah.
And they would go and spin in opposite or they'd spin around and like race each other around the track. I think it was around the track.
Are you sure it's all Scouts?
Yeah. What?
Are you sure?
Cubs, I think.
Cubs, or was it a special school you went to?
This is Scout.
This is Scout
activity.
Okay, I believe you, Hamish.
Right, anyways, and I remember we got to the final. Right, we smashed it every time. Got to the final, yeah, and then at some point the cars collided, like because they were both going the same direction. Right, they were like neck to neck.
Yeah.
Right, wheels got jammed together.
Okay.
Because these two little wooden cars, and so one of the Scout leaders comes over to like assist, right, bumps our car out of the way.
No.
So to
fuming.
Sort of clutter them. Right. Other group get a fucking head start
because he's pushed you further back.
Yeah. And we lose.
What's going on, ref?
Mate, I think I was about 8 hours.
Fuming. Never had anger before. Get ready to beat him up.
I literally was like, I hate him. I hate that guy.
Oh, God. First heartbreak ever.
Oh, my God. My mum was just like, I know.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
My life's ruined. Get your Pop-Tart, Hamish. It's fine.
Yeah, well. Yeah, so, I mean...
He still thinks about it till this day.
I hadn't thought about that for years.
Now you're reminiscing on it.
I don't know how that
I hate this man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but
sounds fun.
I don't know. I mean, I've looked it up. There's no update yet. They're still investigating. I mean, what is there to investigate?
Probably might be a long investigation.
What's there to investigate? Have they got VAR?
Yeah, they might be looking through footage of this. I'm trying to get it out of his pocket and use it. You know, someone's phone footage.
Yeah. Having to take it to a lab, see which ones. Here. Why do you have it in your pocket anyway? I mean, that's all the...
Hide it somewhere else.
All very suspicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, if I was one of his opponents, I'd be like,
what's going on? Yeah.
And then they'd be like, what's there to investigate? He had it in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be fuming, mate.
I'd be fuming, yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good whatsoever.
Well, Halloween's just around the corner.
It is spooky season, yeah.
It's actually way closer. Do you know what you're going as for Halloween?
Nope, not thought about it.
Oh my god!
Have you?
It's actually like a week and a bit. I need to buy my ticket. I think I might be going to Bath for it, but
nice.
Yeah, book the ticket to go clubbing.
Halloween special clubbing. It's never great, is it?
Well, because
Sabrina,
I must clarify, she is the same age as me. It's not like I'm dating.
Yeah, Hamish, come on.
I know. When I tell people I'm like, she's got 3 years left, I'm like, but she is in the same year as
she's not just started uni, has
yeah,
she?
I didn't date a fresher. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Well, her mates are going clubbing.
Thought about it. Join along.
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going as for Halloween yet, but do you?
No idea.
No idea.
I haven't thought about Halloween yet. I've literally not thought about it.
I know, it's really I haven't got in the...
Like, I'm putting out Halloween stuff at work, but still hasn't come around.
Christmas stuff at work, mate.
To be fair, I put Christmas stuff out the first day of my shift, which was September.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
I refuse to buy Christmas stuff until December.
No, same. December's where it's like, start putting up the Christmas tree, the lights.
Yeah.
Not October, surely.
No, but I'm like not buying any.
Well, all our mince pies are out of date now. No one's bought it, so we've had to throw them away or give them to staff. And it's like, because why are we giving out mince pies in October or September? Actually,
yeah, it's not even cold yet, mate.
No, it's still sunny out there.
Yeah. Well, amongst that, James here, he has a letterbox account, so he Wait a bit.
A letter,
he's got a letterbox account, and
yeah.
James has a letterbox account, so all of his opinions on film matter. He also has a film degree, but that doesn't really matter, really, does it? No. 3 years. Nah. Yeah.
Haven't watched a single film yet.
One of my most viewed TikToks is me with my letterbox reviews, and it's the reason it's so viewed is because everybody's like.
You have no opinion.
Yeah. All of it is hate, being like, I can't believe you gave this film
1 star. Yeah.
Like, I just do little stupid comments, right?
Yeah.
I made a stupid comment about the Robert De Niro film with Leonardo DiCaprio. You know the one that came out last year?
Yes. With Scorsese film.
Yeah, the flower.
Yeah, the flower moon boy, whatever it is. Yeah, that one.
I just made a little joke being like, them just doing sad with the sad face, being like them the whole for 2 hours doing a sad face, right? And people were like, I can't believe that's all you had to say about it.
Yeah,
and like all the things like
deaf to him.
It's just me doing like a little joke. Yeah, it's like, oh, look at me, I've got a letterbox account, I'm so funny. Shut up.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of those.
Okay. All right,
criticizing Scorsese, who are you?
Yeah. And it's just,
it's the best director ever.
It's letterbox, mate.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really care to. Just rate it 3 stars all the time, no more. It's all right.
Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying before that? You
just because I'm an amazing critic.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna, coming up to Halloween. We're thinking, what are your top 3? Halloween films?
Yeah, one problem with that, I don't really watch Halloween films. I don't really watch horror films because I was just looking through my letterbox and just thinking like, okay, what are my favorite Halloween films? It was hard, but I'll say my favorite horror films.
Yeah, well, that's
that I watch at Halloween. I'd say
films that you will.
Yeah,
watch. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Well, exactly like Halloween trilogy or anything. Yeah. I'd say with number one, The Shining, Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just an amazing film. It's scary on a whole different level, and also Jack Nicholson, he's scary. Like he's
scary.
Look at his face. He's a terrifying man.
You know, I didn't watch it for years. Sorry,
it's not. And it's not a scary film, but it's scary like thriller kind of vibe where tense. That's the word. And also, you know, any door he's opening in that hotel can have something hidden behind it, and you're like, oh, is it gonna be a ghost? No,
I never found that.
You never had that.
No, I watched it, and I didn't watch it for years because I remember my mum being like, "Ooh, after I watched that film, I had to have the lights on whenever I slept every day." She was like, "I wouldn't go to a hotel for years because of that film." I
could get locked in the middle of nowhere, just you, no one else.
Yeah. And I was like, "This film's terrible.
Can't be watching this."
Yeah. But I think that's a lot of horror, like old horror films where you appreciate the cinematography, like Halloween.
Yeah.
It isn't really like
scary whatsoever as well.
Yeah, but it's, it's the writing behind it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's still a really strong film. But I remember just like laughing when he's in the snow.
Yeah. He's just scary to face. It's terrifying.
Have you seen the videos of like from behind the scenes when he's like getting ready to film the?
No. What does he like? What happens?
He's just like pacing around the room.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, like trying to get it build up in it.
Yeah. Well, you know the baseball bat scene where his wife goes up to him in the massive grand hall. That's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the scene with the most takes shot.
Really?
Yeah. Guess how many shots?
200.
Too much, mate. Too much.
Mate, I've done 200 takes of some fucking recordings.
Well, 127, I believe. Wow. Around that, but I believe it's 127 takes. That one film, he took, like, it was meant to be a 14-day shoot or something, and it was more like 2 months. Because he just, the same shot just over and over again, because he's a perfectionist.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the money of that as well, yeah. He's a perfectionist, isn't he? So he's like, he doesn't care how long it takes. He just needs it to be
I'm
perfect.
sure the producers were thrilled with that.
Yeah. Imagine you're going home. It's like, your wife or your husband's at home going, "You're finished now. I've got another 2 months of this." It's like, yeah.
My first one. I don't know if these are in particular order, but Scream.
That's my third one. That's my second one. Yeah. Classic, isn't it?
Mate.
So good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Scream. The second one's decent, and then
it just gets progressively worse in my opinion.
I know
because it's the same storyline. So
but it's them being like, what are they going to do now?
Yeah.
Because like,
where is he going to be there?
They just sort of get overly meta, where it's like they've got a film about the killer from the killer, from the film. But I did like the first one because it sort of tries to, find all the tropes from all these slasher films.
Yeah.
And it's somebody trying to recreate those films, which I think is a really great concept.
It was innovative for its time, I think, actually.
Yeah. And like, I just think as well the fact that like the killer, Ghostface, he gets, he gets hit and he'll get hurt.
By this woman who's strong, not passive and hidden behind a shadow. She's the main character. Yeah,
but like they get hurt by like, if something gets thrown down the stairs, they like get punched and stuff. It's
exactly.
Like, it's kind of fun because it then sort of like humanizes. It's like, oh, this is a guy just trying to kill, but like doesn't really know what he's doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
the first time I watched that film, I was actually terrified.
Really?
In this one scene, I wasn't terrified actually. That's exaggerating. The one scene I remember was You know when the phone kept going off and the popcorn popped and she what's the main character?
Intro?
I think it's the intro. Yeah, she goes to she goes to all the different areas of the house and he's like, I'm here. Or I'm like, I'm behind it. I'm in the garden. I'm in the front door. It's like, ooh, like where is he going to turn up? He's going to turn up now? No, he's not turned up yet. He's going to turn up now? Nope. Still building. And it's like the popcorn's being popped. All of this just is so tense.
Yeah,
but that was amazing. I think
that was the first. So I think Drew Barrymore was actually on all like the promo.
Okay.
Because she was a big actress.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, Drew Barrymore new film, and obviously she dies like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, quite soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, she I think. I mean, who was it? I've got here like Matthew Lillard. Am I saying that right? You know, from who plays Shaggy as well in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
He's brilliant in it. Like the bit near the end. Sorry, spoiler. It's like 20 years old.
Yeah, surely you
know
have
the
to
bit
watch it
because
by
they're
now.
like, we're gonna stab ourselves.
Yeah.
To make it look
yeah.
And he's like,
yeah. Oh, that was amazing that scene.
Yeah, and like the whole like thing of like the rules of a slasher film where it's like, I'll be right back, and that's like, oh, that's actually when you die.
Yeah.
No, I watched because I ended up watching all of them because I was gonna watch the new one that came out a couple of years ago.
I think I watched that in cinema.
The one that went back to just Scream.
Yeah, that's the one I watched in cinema. I think.
Yeah.
Was that with the old cast coming back with a new cast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. I didn't find anything with it.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was alright.
Didn't do anything, but so I was like, oh, I have to watch all the others. So I get everything, which is really
don't need to at all. Yeah, just watch the first one, you'll be right.
And I was like, by the end of that weekend, I was just so screamed out. I was like, oh, I've watched 3 Scream
Screamed
films.
out, yeah.
I've watched 3 Scream films this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm so done with it. But yeah.
What's your third one?
Well, second one.
Sorry, yeah. I'm jumping ahead. So yeah, second
Zombieland.
one. Not watched it. Not watched Zombieland.
I love Zombieland. And again, similar to Scream, maybe I just like rules. They have this whole thing throughout it where it's like rules of the of Zombieland. It's like rule 1, make sure you do cardio. There's like everyone that dies are all the people out of shape.
Yeah.
Rule 2, like always wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
'Cause like
be safe.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Like rule 3, like don't use toilet cubicles.
Right.
Because like, well, they cut to a scene where like a guy's on the toilet and the zombie calls.
Okay.
Eats him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson.
Okay. Yeah.
And he goes around because he sort of travels the states trying to find Twinkies. Because he's like,
Twinkies. I love Twinkies.
Yeah, I haven't found a single one for years. And so he's just like the whole film just trying to find Twinkies again.
Yeah.
Like not anywhere. They're all gone. And who was it? Jesse Eisenberg as well.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything recently.
No.
He's probably still, but he's got money.
Yeah.
But I remember he always used to get cast for basically the same like
So,
sort of guy.
Yeah.
And but what's funny is like you see him then chatting interviews, and I think he was like off his meds, and he basically I was like, oh, that's just why he acts like in every film.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. And there's little Bill Murray cameo as well, and he like keeps mentioning. I think it's funny because like in both the Zombieland films, he basically just
It's 2.
Yeah.
Second
one again, it's like it's fine. It's just tongue in cheek. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And it's like they have this whole segment throughout being like zombie kill of the week. And they're like, that's zombie kill of the week. It isn't. It actually came to Deborah. Because she like dropped a piano on a zombie. Yeah. No, really. I just remember that sort of era. There was people were really into zombies.
When did it come out?
Like 20
early 2000s. Yeah.
I think mid 2000. Hold on. 2009.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that time, like Walking Dead was big, and other films. So yeah, I mean, what's your third?
My third. I was pondering this as well, and I was thinking, The Exorcist. It's a classic. It's I've not watched it many times, but the times I've watched it, I was like, Halloween film. If I had to have a go-to traditional Halloween film, The Exorcist would be it. You know, and I love just that. You know, near the end, final. So have you watched The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Near the final, sure, you have to. Near the
Yeah,
end,
of
course I have.
I've got Letterboxd, mate. I have watched it.
You watched it. I rated it. It's not that good. No, that's my favourite because not my favourite, my third favourite because of that scene where the priest throw holy water onto her and then she's dead, but she's like back alive again or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't work and then they all die and that scene was really good. But yeah, that's my third favourite really.
Yeah, nice.
Hard choice though. Really, I was like, what is my third favourite? After 2, it's like it's a blur. I've watched a load more, but
I think
it's not something I'd watch and repeat.
No.
Yeah.
It's always like, I don't really want to be.
You have to be in the right mood for Halloween films, and I'm guessing it's near Halloween you would be. But
yeah, like I've watched stuff like The Addams Family. I think The Addams Family's great. I love how creative it is, and sort of it's very camp and just like this is good fun.
Yeah.
And I guess that is like pure Halloween film. I mean, the top 2 that I said are more sort of comedies. Like Scream is really a comedy.
It really is, yeah.
It's comedy.
Slash thriller, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, all right, well, I need to get something that's scary. And what do I find that's actually really scary is 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later.
Have you watched it?
I'm not seeing 28 Days Later. No.
Mate.
Sorry, mate. I'm not actually don't study film. Not good at film. No, not seen it.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so zombie apocalypse set in London.
Another zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
He was really scared of zombies.
No, I was really into zombies. But 28 Days Later generally scares me.
Did it?
Do you know what it is? Because it's set in London. Because all these other zombie films are set in North
LA
Carolina.
or something.
Yeah.
So you feel detached from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too close to home,
Yeah.
He's literally walking past Big Ben with zombies and stuff. And it's all got this, it's made in 2000. And
so it wasn't with the Irish actor, was it?
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've seen bits of it actually. Yeah. On London Bridge. With the House of Parliament in the middle of it.
I think apparently the budget wasn't very big. And I feel
it wasn't. Yeah, I've heard that.
Most of the budget probably went into.
I think they only spent on that bridge as well because who can get a whole
how can you get London to shut down
Westminster Bridge or whatever it was to shut down for ages? It was they did it in a few 1-2 shots I think it was.
Yeah.
As quick as possible to get out there. Didn't close it down for a day. So yeah, that was a cool shot.
But even stuff like London Eye, got to get that stopped.
Yeah.
Any cars in the background. So I think they did it really early morning.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And blocked it off. And also because it's got this grain to it.
It's orange tint kind of vibe.
That, but like all the dark scenes have noise because the cameras are from 2000. There's early digital cameras. And I find whenever those sort of things, I always find them I don't know what it is about them. I find them terrifying. And so
they're real,
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's not so smooth and perfect. You're just shot on a camera. This is like a camcorder you'd have at home kind of vibe. Yeah.
And so even the zombies, some of them you can't because they're all covered in blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the cameras aren't great, you don't see every single minute detail.
Yeah.
And so it's all you see is the bloodshot eyes and all this other.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really it's scary. It's just always too close to home. There's a game called Zombie. Used to be Zombie U, which is
You see the theme here, zombie.
Yeah. No, well, this one was also set in London. It's a game set in London. And again, I think I just found it too close to home. I was like, the game
could be out somewhere else.
No, the game itself is really scary. And what actually ended up putting me off it was because the maps aren't exactly geographically accurate. Which I'm if you're gonna set somewhere, especially in a tube station, they're in King's Cross. I'm you've got to have it look like King's Cross Station. You can't move all this stuff around.
Yeah, but that's because you're from London, so
I know. But that's also even GTA.
You have to get it right. Don't
it's
you?
almost people go to Los Angeles I can drive around.
Yeah,
no problem. I know this place.
Oh, it's a GTA map, not San Andreas.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I think Cillian Murphy's really good in it. And,
Yeah.
it's,
That was one of his breakthrough films, I think it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those though where it gets, and also like, it's terrifying because like all the zombies, right?
Mm.
You see like they do like the camera shots of the zombies running from the perspective of the zombies.
Okay.
So you see like it's just a camera shot, really
attacking
fast,
the people. Yeah.
really fast, running towards a window.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got no audio. And so you
that's
have
what's
that.
scary about it.
So
Yeah.
have that no audio, and then all of a sudden you get this like massive, change of volume because it then cuts.
That's the worst. Change of volume. It's awful. Yeah. It's just the worst. Like I'm not scared. And suddenly, it's like just a smash on a window or just a knock on a door. Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a knock on a door. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my third. But I mean, the thing is though, like those aren't traditional Halloween films. But they're something I'd watch if I'd get.
What's a traditional Halloween film?
Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But have you watched Texas Chainsaw?
No, I'm not.
This is every film bro conversation.
No.
It's going, have you watched
No.
this?
No. Yeah.
Oh, you can't watch
And
this.
I'm on the other end saying no to most of the films, but especially Halloween films. So,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because again, it's like not a massive budget and it's a really good idea.
Well, I have seen it. I've just forgotten about it.
Yeah,
that's me with
a
a lot
like
of films.
a chainsaw dance at the end.
No,
that's not a spoiler. It's just another
no.
But,
well, moving on to the actual film we watched, Lake Mungo.
Yeah,
that was the name, wasn't it? Yeah, I watched it last night. How did you find it scary? Out of 10, how scary was it?
I watched it during the daytime, so
what pussy. Well,
no, I had stuff in the evening.
I was the opposite. Busy in the day, free in the evenings.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was very tense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plot wasn't really like, the summary online wasn't really like the film itself.
No. It's so, girl dies, and she drowns at the lake with her family.
Yeah.
Her family,
family don't die. Yeah.
And they then start hearing stuff in the house.
Spooky horror stuff. Yeah, ghosts.
Yeah.
And they start recording these unusual events, taking photographs of them.
Yeah.
And suddenly, what do they see? Ghosts in these videos. And after a while, they get a parapsychologist come in and look at these photos and do some tests on the parents and the family. And we eventually find out the. I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, I'm actually saying it all. Yeah,
we want people to go and watch this after.
Yeah, we really should. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how far should I let you go?
Yeah. Have I said too much? No, I haven't said
no.
Really,
but, I mean, so the film it's an indie film, indie Australian film, from 2009. Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
It is. And I really enjoyed the concept. It's a very low budget, but it's all shot. It's a mockumentary. It's all shot, but like a proper sort of
real documentary.
Yeah,
with like the camcorders and interviews.
Yeah,
with the parents,
so like it all starts with just the interviews, and it's not. What I did like about it is it didn't go into a thing where it like almost like a What We Do in the Shadows, where it's like sitting around filming all these ghosts in like live action. It's not. It's like something you'd see on like Discovery Channel, where it'd be like or the History Channel, where it's like, so we started filming. It's like all after it happened.
Yeah.
But in a really sort of tasteful way of like, you see the ghosts, and I like it because it doesn't really put it on the head too much. If that makes sense.
It doesn't really push out like any horror, really. Is that
what it's not like Paranormal Activity.
About
it. Where it's like on the camera you see doors swinging open and stuff. It's like,
nothing like that.
Yeah, it's like, we were filming and then we saw this figure, and like even some of the figures, I was like, is there a figure there? I don't think.
Yeah, you have to really like zoom in and it's pixelated and grainy. You're like,
But
it's
I feel like that adds to the realism of like that's how a lot of these like real life events are.
Well,
Where
I can't lie to you. After the film was finished, I went online going, "Is this like Monko real?" And I was like, "No, it's a mockumentary. What would be stupid for?" And I was like, well, I knew that anyway, but it felt so real by the end of it, with the documentary style and how most of the story was told through camcorders.
Yeah,
I was like, "This is real." Like, and the actors, amazing actors.
Yeah,
like they acted as if it was there, like it happened, which it didn't. But the way they told it was amazing. So. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of it, it's more, as much of it is like a paranormal story. It's more about a story of
grief.
Yeah, grief.
Yeah.
A family trying to adapt through that, and the sort of the mother's bond, and how she sort of, felt guilty because she goes like, I've sort of treated her like my mum treated me, very, very, very distant after a certain age, and then like a lot of them, trying to struggle through that, and then in doing so it's almost a thing of like, we almost wanted to believe these things because it's like, oh, she's still there, she's still there with us. But I mean, especially just in terms of indie film, I mean, there's one jump scare in the whole film.
Is it the that camcorder scene at the end?
I
was gonna say that's the only scare. I was like, yeah.
Because I was doing my hiding here.
It got really loud, didn't it? All of a sudden.
Yeah. But it's the one time, and I think that's why. Because like all of it is like,
like
I was talking about with 28 Days Later, because it's got that grain that's like, can't really see it.
Yeah, that's what's scary about it.
It's almost like it leads so much more of imagination. Like, I think the film Insidious, right?
Yeah.
And it's got have you watched that?
I've watched
With
Insidious.
the Red Devil.
Yeah.
All the build up for that film is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got all these terrifying phone calls, knocks on the wall and stuff, and you go, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then he goes into like the devil's like craft room and he's sewing, and I'm like, well, it's completely
not scary whatsoever.
Completely like removed the fear now, because I feel like a lot of it is like the unknown, where it's like it's leading you to just living, and I think it's got very mixed reviews, where critics love it, audience hated it.
Yeah.
Some audience like, but like on Letterboxd, a lot of people didn't like it. But
not.
And it's like, oh, it's just those zoomed up of photos of, oh, there's a girl in the background. But I think that's like the whole point.
That's the whole point of it, really. Yeah. It's not. It's meant to be as real as possible because it's a mockumentary, and it was slow at points, but it was more based on as we said, the grief and the emotions that it really made you feel for a family, and it built up that terror. It really did. Like, I think it's one of the films where you do feel like scared. You're not, but you feel scared throughout all of it because it has that grain, it has that narrative to it where you're like, what could happen or anything like that, and like especially the footage of it being recorded, and like the ghosts and everything. Yeah,
actually, it's quite tasteful. They don't do any like, we were sitting down.
Yeah,
and like, or like whilst they're doing this, talking head of like, there's a ghost smashing our doors.
Yeah, it wasn't very dramatic, was it?
No.
Yeah,
but it didn't need to be.
Well, exactly, and that's why it's alternative. It doesn't follow the Hollywood narrative. It's not, it was very different. It was very authentic.
Yeah.
So what did you rate it?
I think I rated it 4.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5 for you. That's pretty close.
I did see your 4. I was like, ooh, 3.5.
Yeah.
Be a bit different.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad horror films, so
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Fernando Corona, who did the score.
Okay.
Really enjoy it. I thought because it was so like Again, it was just minimalist.
It was, yeah.
It just was there to like build tension. It wasn't, I mean, that's what you want from a score.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the director, only film.
I know. That's what
it's crazy. Yeah.
Joel Anderson, Australian filmmaker.
Yeah. I tried to look for anything about him. You can't find a single thing really.
He did some script supervision for Late Night with the Devil, the 2022 film. But that's like 12, 13 years of not doing films.
Yeah. Where is he at? I want to see another film by him.
I think that's what a lot of people are saying.
Such a good film.
Yeah.
Surely, right?
I know. Well, maybe he had this one.
Maybe
idea
Lake Mungo
and
Part 2.
Yeah.
Or a different lake.
Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mungo Revenge of a Death, or
Yeah. It's like how
Uprising.
It's like how Alien is like
Yeah.
you know, everybody's scared of the alien and it's gonna kill everybody, and that's like, oh my god, it's such a thing. And then Aliens, the second one, is like with guns and stuff. I feel like because that's gonna be like where they're all sort of a bit nervous about the ghost. And then Lake Mungo 2 is like Ghostbusters, Australian Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
We want to catch this fucking ghost.
Yeah.
She's just like minding her business, and they're like, fucking go out of here.
Swimming in the lake. No, get out of here. They fish after her, you know. Get the fishing net out. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, well, it's...
that is what I want to see.
If
he's listening, which he isn't. But
Australian Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you come get on with that? And,
come on. Yeah, we'll promote it. We'll come to the premiere.
Yeah.
And talk about it. Yeah. No, it was a good film. 3.5 for me. Would watch it again. Yeah.
I would watch it again. Yeah. So guys, go and have a look at that, Lake Mungo.
Definitely. Yeah.
And sort of going into I don't know how long we've been recording, but
probably about 10 hours at this point.
Yeah,
it's
quite a
getting
while.
dark.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. It is. What's been grinding your gears, James?
Oh, okay. What's been grinding my gears? I've not actually thought about this one, but I think if I had to mention, I briefly mentioned near the start of this long episode, someone on their phone, on the bus, on the train, anywhere in public, without their AirPods in, anything like headphones, just grinds my gears.
Yeah,
you can,
I think
especially
Jamie
but I agree with Jamie.
Yeah.
I really do. I know what he feels, because especially with TikToks, they listen to the same TikTok over and over again. I was at work as well, and this one girl she was a new girl, and she was on her phone on TikToks, and like it was just in the common room, and it was like I had to put my AirPods in. I don't normally do that. It's a common room, and you talk to staff, but it was so loud. It was the same old TikToks, and it was the the cat ones.
Yeah,
where there's different cats, and it's like one's emotional, one's really happy. I don't know if you know that one,
maybe,
but it was like on repeat. I was like, I should get on my nerves now. So on buses, it's the worst. So I had to literally buy noise cancelling headphones because I was like, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Awful experience of that. The other week going from Bath to London
on the train.
Yeah, and this guy in our carriage, right, playing fucking drill music full volume, right, in his room, and then so you got that, which is already really annoying, and then you've got these girls like in the next bit.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, okay, well, this is just ridiculous now. And then they were like, oh my god, like the music you're playing, it's like, they were like, listen, they were like, some people I think are getting annoyed. Well, we like the music, so keep playing it. And I was just like,
oh, it's the people who support it as well. That's a whole other level.
Yeah. And I said to my mum, and I was like, do you want to move carriage? And she was like, and we've got a table, by the way. She goes, okay, do you want to move carriage? And she's like, all right, we've got another hour of this. And she's like, yes, I would like to move. But it's it's like, I just don't understand how, I mean, I feel like people who do that, they're looking for a fight.
Yeah, for sure. I had a similar one on the coach back from Leeds, and bear in mind, it's also like a 6-7 hour coach journey. Person behind me, feet up between the seats, so you can, no socks on, nothing. And she was on call to someone on FaceTime. And that crackly voice where it like cuts out here and there? It's like, I don't want to hear your partner's voice at all. Put your headphones in. And it's stuff like you're talking about in private you would, but you're just shouting out loud. Yeah. It's like...
Oh my god, babe! I've got something for you. I'm wearing something nice tonight. Oh wow! Got my feet up.
So I had to move to the front.
Oh like, Jesus!
Yeah. Well, luckily the coach, it terminated like in Leicester or something. Right. So there was a new coach in front. I rushed for that coach, sat right at the front. I was like, just please don't sit behind me. Luckily she didn't, but. Yeah, that's when I didn't have noise cancelling headphones. So
yeah, I often honestly think with people like that, I go, how ignorant of for being such a cunt. Do you
Yeah,
realise?
not a lot of things grind my gears, but that really does. Yeah,
well, that's what Keith said just last week.
He did.
Keith,
yeah.
we had Keith on. We were telling him about the segment. He went,
Nothing grinds my gears.
He went. I told him, the idea, and he went, I think you're just letting things get to you too easily. And then I told him, I was grinding gears, and he had two. He had two.
Well, actually,
yeah.
What grinds your gears?
Well, this week as we were walking here, dog dirt, flipping dog dirt. Yeah, walking right, dog shit under a leaf, gets on my shoes. Have to put it in the wash.
Still doesn't come out.
Still hasn't come out. Have to put
Still
it in the
stinks.
Wash again. It's everywhere here.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
And this is quite a nice area. So it's just everybody.
It's all those corgis. I'm telling you.
All these corgis walking around, shitting everywhere.
Pomeranians.
We can't pick that up.
No, I can't pick that up.
No, not with my level gloves.
Down to that level,
Yeah. Oh,
Give my hand. Oh no, yeah.
And like it really, it's like it's a sport trying to walk through all the dog shit. It's worse than
It takes you 2 seconds to pick up.
I know.
But
If you don't have a dog,
but it takes you 10 hours to clean up on your shoe. So
yeah. I mean, what annoyed me, I'm usually pretty good and sly with walking past it, but this one, because it was under the flipping leaf, I can't see it.
Conspicuous shit.
Yeah, a hidden gem for me to step on.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, he wasn't having a good time.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really what's been grinding my gears is dog shit being left around. Listen, I don't have a dog because I don't want to have to.
So all those dog owners.
No, right.
Listen up here.
I don't own a dog because I don't want to have. Well, I can't really right now, but we didn't ever because it was like, well, I don't have to go around and pick up.
That's
dog
why
shit.
we are cat owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do their business and they bury it. They bury it. Even they know hygiene, right? Even they know the natural order of cleaning up, right? We never owned a dog because we don't want to have to deal with picking up shit, right?
Yeah.
If you do, deal with it. Don't make me get it on my fucking shoes.
You've heard him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone out there, I know there's millions
Guess
out there.
a cat instead of a dog.
Yeah, they go, oh, yeah, you're right, Hamish, sorry.
Or all those dog owners have just switched off now.
Yeah,
We have no dog watchers, which is okay. You know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah. No. I'm fine if you do. Just don't. Well, I think that's everybody though. It grinds everybody's gears. Dog shit around. I don't think there's anyone who goes, do you know what? I actually don't mind it.
I've just septic dog shit. I quite found it was quite pleasant, wasn't it?
So anyways,
Yeah.
James, thanks for joining today.
That's okay. Hopefully, how did this interview go? Am I back for another episode, or is this under consideration? You'll get back to me within a week and give me an email saying, unfortunately, we haven't taken you through.
Yeah, you're gonna get that. Unfortunately,
well, I'm fucking off now.
James got to review the footage and
if this doesn't go out, which if you listen to it will, but
yeah,
I'm gonna just delete all the footage.
Yeah, you're gonna burn it all.
Yeah, because it's horrible.
Yeah,
I don't even like my own voice, so editing this will be a nightmare. It'll be awful.
I think we're both. I think because it's funny. I think me and you both talk the same.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, even
and we
worse.
both had the same jaw shape where our teeth pop out. We were like talk like proper British.
Mumble as well. Yeah.
Proper London. You know? Anyways, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. We'll see you again next week. Jamie might be there. If not, it will also be James.
It will be me. Yeah.
You know, sorry about that in advance.
Oh, it might be the best thing ever, really. Yeah.
Well,
so goodbye from James.
It's goodbye from Hamish. Thank you very much.
Bye.